Some of you, as I was going around, talked about the program that you watched recently on National Geographic, but many of you haven't seen the program. So today we have the opportunity to share with you the actual setting of the record, and we have the person who made it happen here. So first we're going to watch the video, and it's about a 20-minute video that we'll watch around setting up the record, and then we're going to talk to the Natasha who made it happen, Hans, who wants to set his own records, Greg, how it all happened, and maybe I'll get to say a few things later on as well. So enjoy the next 20 minutes.
Come down a little bit more.
We'll make some few more adjustments over there, and good run for the first try in 29 seconds.
We learned a lot today, though.
Yes, and actually this is a lot for me to take in. I can't figure out how to not push the gas as hard as I do.
Less is more.
Less is more. Less is more. Now it is time for us to finally check out the road that we are racing on.
Yeah.
I'm a bit nervous about this.
Well, take it easy. Just kind of see the general layout of the road, any markers that stick out in your mind, and just like try and remember, okay, up to this point.
Like I've already forgotten what you've said.
Get the glasses out, yes. We're going to cheers with everyone over here. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much.
To Malaysia, and there you go. That is how deep he's willing to go, to the depths of the ocean, right? And our country manager, Shahid Ahmad, he loves heights. Besides leading Chevron Malaysia to bigger achievements, jumping off the New Zealand Tower right there, that's how much he loves heights. And our product engineer as well, Mr. Gorak Angler, Besides getting power rushes on Techron, he's also into power hitting on the golf course. Well, you know what, without further ado, we will proceed with our Q&A.
Words. I mean, I've always thought myself amazing, so it's amazing that I can call myself officially amazing. But never in a million years did I think I would be here with you all and be able to say that I attempted such an amazing feat as a Guinness World Record and to actually achieve it. So, you know, I've been racing as a hobby for 12 years. And to be here is just phenomenal. The experience has probably been the most memorable of my life and of my career.
All right. Can you tell us a bit about how you got into racing, perhaps? All right. Thank you, Natasha. We will direct our next question to Mr. Shahid. Mr. Shahid, why did Caltex embark on this record rights journey?
I will answer your question, but before I do that, I thought I'd just mention that Natasha also explained the language comes with the racing that she was using for
Yes.
So it's okay, it's part of the whole thing.
Don't worry, I don't have a potty mouth, just only when I crash.
That's
Once in a blue.
right. She was very quick to explain, if you buy that, I have a bridge to sell you, but we'll get
To be one of those cars. I think pushing yourself obviously to the limit, trying to get the maximum in everything you do is important. Obviously, for me, everyday consumer driving a car, knowing what backs your car up is important. You know what I mean? Knowing that you have that extra edge when you need to utilize the car, the fuel you have, and so on. So the everyday consumer, basically, like me, I put myself in that situation. When I don't race cars or when I don't dive 72 meters under the ocean, do things that normal people don't do, you're an everyday guy, an everyday girl. You know what I mean? So that's basically what's more important. Knowing what you have in your car that basically protects you, I think. Yeah.
All right.
and provide all the benefits that you talked about. Well, we know very well that people are looking to push boundaries, they're looking to set milestones, they're looking to go beyond, and also looking for the passion and the energy that is there in terms of the products they use. So how do we communicate that? And that's where the inspiration came from, was for us to figure out a way to demonstrate both the product and the power that the product can deliver, but do it in a way that people can find inspiring and can find challenging as well. And we clearly, with Natasha's help and her leadership in that, we're able to demonstrate that and also set a world record at the same time.
And not somewhere else. And how did the World Guinness World of Records decide on the 10 minutes as a benchmark?
I'm better equipped to answer the 10 minutes. So the attempt is, what Guinness World Records does to set a bar is they actually use the fastest cars on the market. So for instance, it would be the Suzuki hill climb that they do, but those are 1,000 horsepower cars. So they set a very high bar. Using industry standard, if you will, and then of course with our challenge to make it more approachable and understandable for our region, we did Thailand, and a very profound mountain is we landed on Doi Chang. So using an industry standard to set the time, we were quite nervous because what we don't necessarily harp on enough is we've made these cars. These cars are close to 30 years old. And I think that is a testament on many things, the fuel being one of them. And as an example for me with my car is naturally aspirated. So we used more, the fuel was more, efficiency was what was important to me. And as a racer and as somebody that has experience with cars since I could walk, we tuned my car so it was a completely different engine and a completely different sound. So we actually took very ordinary cars, and then to be able to complete such a feat, I think that just shows again the testament of the fuel and the tuning that we had.
I think maybe I can add a little bit to it as well, Natasha, is that the choices we could make, and we see a lot of times being made, are you take a racetrack and a perfect car. right? In those environments, those situations, a lot of things can just go exactly as you want. So why that mountain, why that track, why that car were all to get to replicate a real life situation, a real world environment. In fact, the first crash with the river stones was a clear testament to real world environment where you didn't get a chance. Not staged at all, and language. But you know very well that in terms of the ability to actually look at it, test the track, try it 10 times, and then get it exactly right, you had none of that, right? You basically got a chance to drive up once, and so to answer your question, I think just this whole notion of real world circumstances, we carried all the way through. Now we could have obviously been in a different country and so on. That has to do with more our ability to access the equipment, the permits, all of the things that go along with it. So that moved more logistical. But it really, the foundation was real world equipment, real world situations, ordinary environment that our consumers will face.
If I could add just one other thing too, it's an incredibly picturesque part of the world. So it just lends itself wonderfully to the whole event. One thing that you may have noticed in the film was that there was a lot of smoke. The mountain was actually on fire at the time. So there were, and it wasn't from Natasha's driving. There were wildfires. Doi Chang was the place to do it.
Will we ever see an attempt in Malaysia? Somewhere in Malaysia? Silence.
Me.
I think it remains to be seen.
I think the quiet Proton Saga, because obviously my first car was a Proton Saga, that specific model. Percentage-wise, in cars in Malaysia, everyone kind of owns a Proton Saga. The average day, when we talk about Continental cars, we're talking about the everyday car. So I think that was one of it. Secondly is the argument I had with my buddy Matt, when I asked him that I was going to go up in the car with him, and he said it's not going to happen because he said it's all about the car, and I argued with him and said no, it's got to be about the fuel. So we always argued about things since Darjah 3, from Standard 3, we're friends. You know, we always have something to say to each other. So I decided, you know, we could have staged it and said, look, let's bring a celebrity with me and make it a marketing campaign and look all really nice. But I think the team has decided, look, it's got to be real. It's got to be something that we understand from the general point of view. So I asked Matt, he said, okay, we had some arguments along the way. And yeah, so I'll you know, the results will come out soon of how it went. So, and I think the car was specifically selected because I think that was what we could understand or relate to our day-to-day. You know, everything about what I do to a certain extent personally, and the products I'm affiliated to, or the people I'm affiliated to, it always has to be about the everyday person. It's very important that the everyday person benefits. That's the bigger picture for us. You know, if an individual benefits, really doesn't make a difference. There's no impact in that. You know? So I think that's why we went that way. I'm very proud to be part of an amazing brand and product, especially that's I think that the consumers will understand, they will embrace, and the people who have not used the brand, I think, obviously, if you in the Malay say, belum cuba belum tahu. So I think that's what you need to do. You need to give yourself an opportunity to try different things. And early on, when I sit on the stage, I always believe in life of trying something new, and you will understand it. You know, and we can't be stubborn to say, no, this is only what I want, and I'm not going to try anything else. You'll never understand it. You'll never know. So I teach that to my nephews and the people around me, even in the people that work with me. I've always said, try it. You'll never know. You know what I mean? So I'm very selective of who I'm affiliated to. Very, very selective. And I think my manager knows this. And when the offer was put forth, especially after Celebrity Car Wars, it was a very easy understanding. And the people in Caltex are unbelievable. They're so friendly and nice. And everyone is like that. Not just because it's me. I always watch people how they treat other people. Because if people don't treat me nicely, maybe there's a reason. But if the way they treat other people nicely around them, that's important. And that's what tells when the people are behind a product like that. Just imagine what that product can do for the general consumer. That's how I decided.
really work on Techron. But you know, it's actually a lot bigger than that. If you think about it, there's probably thousands of people within our organisation who care for that fuel right from the refinery all the way through to the retailer. You know, we've got 400 retail sites. All the people who work in those sites, they make sure that they care for that product while it's in their possession. They make sure it's clean, they make sure it's dry, which is the ultimate expectation that people have of the Caltex brand. And I guess when you add on the reason to believe, which I think is Techron, you really come up with a product that I know I am very, very proud of. So we've been working on this, as I said before, for more than 30 years of continuous improvement in research and development to make sure that the Techron molecule does its absolute best inside that engine to make sure it stays clean. Because when the engine manufacturer designs that engine, he designs it clean. He doesn't design it to be dirty. As soon as it's dirty, you give up performance. Okay? Nobody wants to give up performance because ultimately that's power, fuel economy, emissions, reliability, and smoothness, the 5 benefits of Caltex. So after all of this effort that we've put in, caring for the product, to developing Techron to make sure your engine stays clean, we then added the Clean and Glide molecules as well, which control friction in those really hard to get out parts of the engine. And to me, that really was the crowning glory in helping Natasha to break the record. You need everything on your side when you break the record. You have to look after those 1%. You need to make sure that everything is perfect. And I feel that we did our part with Caltex and Techron.